Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple pinafore style dress to fit 18-inch dolls like American Girl, Journey Girls, and similar sized dolls. Before we begin, please go to my website. It's shelleywood.com to download and print these two free printable PDF sewing patterns. There is a helpful link in the description below. Use the pattern to cut out these bodice pieces plus a length of skirt that forms a rectangle. You're going to want to cut on the fold. For help with cutting on the fold, see my link below. The blue piece is my bodice lining. Lay one bodice front on top of another, keeping right sides together. So here I am doing that now. Sew around the right armhole, the left armhole, and the neckline area. Now your bodice front should look like this. Clip these seams. Now I'll be using Fiskars Stitchers mini scissors, and if you need a pair of these, there's a link to them in the description area below. The trick to using them is just be careful not to cross over the top of your seam when you're snipping. But it's nice to have these little tiny ones. I've found I make fewer mistakes with them. Invert the bodice front. I often use a chopstick to help me with inverting garment pieces, but with bigger dolls' garment pieces you may not need one for this. So here I am inverting that bodice front, and you'll see I just insert my chopstick to invert the straps. After you've inverted the bodice front, give all of your seams a good press. Set the bodice front aside for a moment, and we'll be working with a couple of the bodice back pieces next. Lay one bodice back on top of another, keeping those right sides together. Stitch along the back neck and back closure areas. Your pattern is marked for the back closure, so make note of the shape against your pattern. Also stitch along the armhole area. Your back piece should look like this now. Clip all the seams and corners. And that's what I'm doing here. Again, just be very careful that you don't cross over the stitches. Invert the back piece like you see me doing in this next little video clip. This is when that chopstick comes in handy for smaller pieces. Press your seams. Now, I have been using a little tulip mini iron, and I get a lot of questions about this, so I'll be sure to put a link in the description area below. Once pressed, your bodice back looks like this. Follow the same directions to sew both backs. Now you have one bodice front and two backs. Open the side of the bodice front piece and open the side of a back piece. Bring these two pieces together just like this. So here is my front, I open this up. Here is my back, I open that up, and then I lay them one on top of the other with right sides together. Then I sew across here. So you stitch across the area where they come together. I'm using a back stitch here. If you need help with the backstitch, there's a link to my backstitch tutorial in the description area. Clip each side of the center seam. So watch how I do this. Here's the center. We're going to clip on the left of the center. We're going to clip on the right of the center, and that's going to make it easier to open this up. It won't be quite so lumpy. Again, don't cross over your stitches with those little snips, and then you just open it up like that, and it should lay pretty flat. Attach the other back piece exactly the same way we did with the first one. So here I am putting that together, and then I'm doing my back stitch. Tying a knot, doing my clips. Now your bodice should look like this. Press all your seams so far. Fold one back against the front, keeping right sides together, and join the straps at the shoulder. Here's a closer look at my stitches. I did use a sewing machine for that part. Follow the same steps to attach the other one, and now your bodice should look like this. Crop the edges of each strap area so excess fabric doesn't stick out from them. And that's what I'm doing here. Now your straps will look like this, a little more pointy. Invert the bodice. Here's how your bodice looks now. Here's how it will close in the back. Here's how it looks from the front so far. Now there's a gap between the lining and the outer fabric of your bodice. We're going to work with the skirt for a little bit, and then we'll come back to that bodice. Along one of the skirt's longest edges, fold the fabric once and then a second time, and we're going to create a hem. We would call this a double fold or rolled hem. Your pattern is marked with these fold lines, so you'll want to measure against that. Now I'm using a whip stitch to hem, but you could use a sewing machine. If you need help with the whip stitch, I do have a tutorial for that. Just look for that link in the description area below. Now starting about a 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters from the edge, gather the side of the skirt that's opposite of the hem, and you'll want to stop gathering a 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters from the opposite side. But do not tie a knot in the gather thread, just leave it hanging there for a minute. Instead, you're going to leave that gather thread fully attached, open the gap between the bodice and its lining, fold the raw edges of fabric in between the bodice lining and the bodice's outer fabric like this. You know that extra bit of fabric on each side of your skirt? Pretend that extra 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters just isn't there. And then you're going to pin only the gathered part of the skirt to the bodice's outer fabric, not the lining. To be clear, the lining fabric does not get pinned. Also, there's a tiny bit of skirt fabric extending beyond the bodice on each side. So you're going to adjust your gathers as needed. You might have to repin, and then it's okay to knot your gather thread. Sew your skirt to the bodice's outer fabric only, removing the straight pins as you sew. You can use your sewing machine to sew the skirt to the bodice, or you can use a back stitch like I'm using here. Now your skirt should be attached to the outer bodice only. Once again, those flaps on each side are still sticking out a little bit. That's what you want. Flip the bodice up like this. Fold the sides of the skirt down from the top, and then fold them in once from the side, and then a second time from the side. And you're going to pin those side folds in place. Pin about 5 or 6 centimeters down the side of the skirt, that's 2 to 2.5 inches, and then fold the lining of the bodice under, sandwiching the gathered part of the skirt in between the bodice lining and the outer bodice, and pin the bottom of the bodice in place all the way across the top of the skirt to the opposite back closure. You'll also want to fold and pin the opposite back closure just like we did with that first one. Whip stitch to hem your back closure. When you get to the edge of the bodice lining, you're going to turn and whip stitch along the bottom of the bodice lining, removing the straight pins as you go. Sew all the way across the bottom of the bodice, and when you get to the other side, whip stitch to hem the other skirt closure area. This is a good time to add Velcro to the closure of the dress. One piece of Velcro goes on the outer fabric, and the other one goes on the lining fabric of your bodice. Fold the whole garment in half, keeping right sides together. Sew from the hem at the bottom of the dress to the area where the skirt closures hems also end. Invert the pinafore dress. Now you're ready to try the dress on a doll. For more free printable PDF sewing patterns to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. And stay tuned for a minute. I'm going to show you how to find more free printable PDF sewing patterns for 18-inch dolls. To find free printable PDF sewing patterns for making 18-inch doll clothes, I highly recommend that you go to shelleywood.com, and I also recommend that you ignore these links. They might be popular items, but the smart way to do it is go to the link that says Free Doll Clothes Patterns, which will take you to the gallery. Once you're in the gallery, you want to choose the size of doll you're sewing for. Like if you're doing Barbie, you'd do 11.5 inch, but if you're doing American Girl, you're going to want 18-inch doll clothes patterns. So we're going to click on that. You have to know how tall your doll is to find your patterns. Sometimes there are more links down here in the alphabetical order list than there are dolls pictured above, so be aware of that. But your American Girl dolls, this is in alphabetical order, so American Girl is at the top. Now this will take you to a gallery of all the doll clothes that you can make with the free patterns on this website. So for example, you can make this little Christmas outfit, you can make pajamas, you can make a halter top with a gym bag and pants. But today I think I want to make this little pajama nightgown. So I'm going to click on that one. A lot of times at the top you'll see one of the tutorial videos, but let's say I had chosen this outfit instead. It's only showing how to make the pants at the top. So notice that it says scroll down to the third set of bullets for the free PDF sewing patterns. There are going to be more tutorials like the tutorial for the shirt in that last set of bullets. So now I'm going to go back to my nightgown that I was interested in. So it says scroll down to the second set of bullets for the free PDF sewing patterns, but I highly recommend that you read through the text here. because it sometimes gives you tips and tricks. So I recommend using a smaller print than I did. In hindsight, I just think this nightgown would have looked a lot prettier in a smaller print flannel fabric. So little pieces of advice are handy. And yes, I do give affiliate marketing links. As an Amazon affiliate, I earn from qualifying purchases, so be aware of that. Then when you get down to the first set of bullets, it says today's free printable PDF doll clothes sewing patterns will fit the following dolls. And I list all of the dolls that I believe this outfit or whatever clothes are on that particular page will fit. So a lot of these I've tried them on the doll to see if it will fit on that doll. When we get to the second set of bullets, it says, and here are the patterns and tutorial videos you're looking for. So there's a link right here to the sleeveless nightgown for 18-inch dolls, but you might need to know how to sew snaps on fabric, so I've included that as well. Now I'm going to go back to this one with the little shirt and pants, sort of leggings, okay, because I want you to see that sometimes there will be another link, like the pattern for the 18-inch doll felt shirt is different from the pattern from the 18-inch doll leggings, and there's a tutorial for making the doll shirt right here. So when you click that link, it takes you to another page that has that tutorial. And then when you're ready for the leggings, you would click on that, and it gives you the pattern you want. Now, if you're using Google, like I am, you can just click through the pattern, and I want you to notice that this pattern has a section that says tape here. So when we're talking about doll clothes for a bigger doll like the 18-inch dolls, you're going to find a lot of times you have to tape your patterns together because they are too big for a regular piece of paper. And in those cases, when you go back to view that tutorial video, you will see in the tutorial video that I show you how to tape your pattern. And here I am showing you how to do that. So I show you to put one on top of the other and your tape goes there. Hopefully this little brief tutorial helped you understand how easy it is to find free printable PDF sewing patterns for the doll you sew for. I would like to point out that not only do I have doll clothes patterns, but there's a blog which includes Tape Measure Tuesday, where I tell you the measurements of various dolls. But I also have a store on my website. There's a Shelley's Store button. When you go into the store, you might be thinking, oh, does she have doll buttons? Yes, I have links to those kinds of supplies. I've already done the research for you. So if you need doll-sized elastic or different kinds of closures, if you're looking for fabrics, if you want for example, sewing basics like pin cushions, take a look at what I have, click through those links, and please leave comments. I love to hear from people who visit my website, and I hope you have lots of fun sewing for dolls.